Okay, let's get it. What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Sean from Collector's Closet, coming at you with another review. And today we're going to take a look at the DC Multiverse Hush. Now, this is by Mcfarlane Toys. So, my Mcfarlane mercenaries, you may be holding the L on this one. And I'm going to explain why. But, typical packaging, open window view of the box, showcasing the figure and the accessories. Says Batman Hush. On the back, you get a nice image of the figure. Looks like a product rendering image, but and on the side, nothing more. But if you're new to the channel, we do all unboxings live, raw, uncut, no editing allowed. Get my knife ready. Bong. Let's jump straight into it. Rah. My knife is a little dull. I gotta sharpen it up, man. I sharpened it up not too long ago, but I've been opening a lot of packages, so I'm thinking to dull down a little bit. All right. Bong. Now I did get this delivered by Amazon a couple days ago. I've been seeing it in GameStop. I know I had it on pre-order with Amazon, so I went ahead and passed on the ones in GameStop. I did get that 2-pack from GameStop, but that had Hush. But anyway, you get the puck and the trading card. I never take those things out, so that's it for packaging. And we do have just one tie down, so that's pretty cool. Usually these things come loaded. All right, so my video cut, so we back at it. Apologize for that. Anyway, see if we can get him to stand on here. And we're going to go over some things that I do like and some things that I don't like. But accessories, you get 2 of these machete looking knives or whatever. Silver paint, black handle, and these kind of, they're the same. So here, those are that. And the figure here, man, oh man, I tell you what, this thing looks cheap as hell. There's no paint, no wash to bring out some detail. The sculpt is okay, but I wish some of these companies would go the Mattel route and go with some soft goods with some of their figures. And this one is one of those ones with the full trench coat. I don't know, man. I mean, and let's bring them up close. The head is done pretty good. See the teeth in there. Black paint around the eyes. Get a nice little wash on the wrapping. Get a green paint here. But other than that, no paint on the waist belt, the belt. There's some loops. No paint, no paint. You get some stitching. No paint here. No wash. Black boots. Nice armored up here. The legs, get some nice sculpt on the knee pads. Texture on the legs. And check this out, man. The texture for the pants is the same exact texture that's on the like armored plating on the shin or whatever. The gloves are done in, I think the gloves are painted. I'm not sure what color the plastic is, but I can tell that it's painted. Nice little purple. But let me show you something. And this is where I'm like, yo, man. Nowadays, these companies, man, they're not putting their best foot forward like back in the day. With paint, sculpt, detail. I mean, it's there, but not on this. Like, check this out. Here's the Arkham City Hush. This is DC Direct, right? And check out, let's see if I can get them in. It's still in packaging. Plastic is yellowing. But check out the level of detail. The paint, the wash, the sculpt. Comes with guns. Found this guy. He has the big open trench coat. If you can see back in there. Holsters on the legs. Nice wrinkles to the pants. Look at the paint. The chest plating. The face. Ain't too bad. Silver paint. Buttons and buckles and the belt. And look at this shit. The collar. Look at the sculpt and the dry brushing on the collar. This is closed up, so you're not going to get much articulation out of this guy. These companies, man, they want your money, but what you're getting ain't as good as back in the day, man. And that's just, and look at this. Look at this shit. We talk about quality with Mcfarlane. I didn't even do anything. And that just popped right out. And I see this happening a lot of reviews with Mcfarlane figures. It just separates at the bicep. Look at that. Man, I tell you the truth, yo. I'm almost to the point to where I'm almost just done collecting DC Multiverse altogether, because the quality is absolutely trash. The plastic they tend to use is trash. Yeah, they got some dope sculpts and it looks pretty good for the most part, but the plastic they use is it's trash, it's Garbino. The QC issues with the glue, the joints like this just popping out, it's trash. That's terrible. So, right out the gate, you see it right here. Okay, so we back at it. So, for the first time in Collector Closet reviews, I had to step away, take a break, gather my thoughts, because this figure right here is I'm about to trash the shit out of it. And there's a few things I want to talk about when it comes to Mcfarlane. So my frustration fuse was literally blown when I was doing this review, and I had to step away, man. So first thing first, look, I get caught up in the sculpt and the details when it comes to Mcfarlane. But when the quality is sacrificed and the lack of paint is terrible, budgeting, I can no longer recommend Mcfarlane toys. Don't buy the DC Multiverse line. It's terrible. And we're going to go over some things to let you know what I mean. Right? Look, what Mcfarlane is doing, they overproducing, rushing figures to the market, and quality control basically is taking the back burner. The overall quality as a whole has taken the back burner. The plastic feels cheap, the lack of paint, loose joints, limbs breaking off, things coming unglued easy, just like the Superwoman that I just recently reviewed, the glue. Terrible articulation, everything is loose. The radius, the dimensions of the elbows and knees when you go to with the double joints, how bulky it is, how much plastic is missing, right? Cheap glue. I mean, it's terrible. The overall quality is just overall cheap. The type of plastic that they use is cheap. It's bullshit. Releasing the same figures with different head sculpts and calling it gold label when nothing about it is golden. I mean, the side-eye lackluster head sculpts that they use, I can't recommend anyone waste their money on Mcfarlane DC Multiverse. It's a cheap, terrible line. And what the company has done is they seeing these record-breaking profits and they strayed away from the actual care it takes to put in the good quality figures that look amazing. I mean, it just is what it is. Yeah, I give Hasbro a hard time, but they're definitely way better than Mcfarlane and what Mattel is doing, right? Like what they doing and has been doing with sculpt, paint, soft goods, attention to details is leading domestically, to be honest, right? They standardize their technology. It carries over from other lines. And of course, there's budget. And these profit-hungry board members, you're going to see some shortcomings. Don't get it twisted. But with Mcfarlane, it's way too many shortcomings to overlook. They think because they release the most figures and because they could get them to the shelves faster is some sort of accomplishment, but it's actually not, because their figures quality is taking a hit. The quality of the plastic they use is trash. The lackluster paint, the lack of innovation, and introducing new tech like face printing, better articulation, better radiuses to the elbows and knees, and the terrible ball jointed hinges. This line is by far the worst. It is Garbino. And if you don't know what Garbino is, garbage, trash, right? I mean, it's terrible. I mean, it's like soon as they announce a figure, man, you can really get your hands on it in a couple of weeks. But look at the shit that you got to deal with. Loose joints, this shit, just popping off, right? Look at that. The arms, it suffers from the arms can't go down to the side. Double joints, even though the arm keeps popping off, right? I should use the other one, but no, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna use the bullshit that they put out. Fuck that. I'm not one of those reviewers who's gonna lie to you or had this shit, because it's fucking terrible. It's terrible. Yeah, it costs $20 bucks. They haven't went up on the price, but man, go up on the price. Stop fucking putting out so many figures a year and focus on fucking quality. This shit is horrible. Yeah, I'm a little upset, man, because you know, man, we spend our money on this shit. Shit is loose. Hand rotate, but that ball hinge is fucking done. He has some ab crunch in here. A little bit, but I'll guarantee you this is probably hollow. It doesn't feel like it, but most of the time when he does that, there's no body up under there. And you probably can remove this. And I kind of want to do it just to see. This shit is whack. Is it glued on? I don't know. Legs. Can't do anything because this trench coat, you can get it to go back, but coming forward, little to nothing. Ball hinge at the ankle, but with some rocker. Most of the time, you don't even get the fucking rocker. Double jointed knees. The legs are a better plastic, but that joints, man, getting it to, yeah, you could get some splits out of it, but this trench coat is shitty. Look at it. Glossy, shiny, no detail, no real paint, nothing to bring it alive. Like I said, man, like this guy, there's paint and detail and everything else, and it's a trench coat, but they left it open so you can get the articulation. This guy, man, this is terrible, yo. He suffers from the same thing this guy, this winter Batman, suffers from. The arms can't go down to the side because he didn't pay attention to the sculpt and the details and the articulation. He doesn't give a fuck. But he's better plastic. It's like they pick and choose what plastic they use, and for the most part, their plastic is horrible. It's fucking Garbino. And I don't mean to be like this, man, but man, man, Mcfarlane is, they're pissing me off, man. Just so you yeah, you're releasing figures and getting it out to market. So we're gonna review your shit just like how it is. So here's some size comparisons. Hasbro. We talk shit about Hasbro, but they don't suffer from the shit Mcfarlane does. Good quality plastic. They innovate. Right? Double joint, pinless. Face printing is good. Paint is good. Good enough. Right? This guy. Good ass figure. Right? Plastic doesn't feel as cheap, but he can work on the articulation in those big. See how the radius of that elbow? It's just big and bulky. Here he is next to King Grayskull by Mattel. And this is what I mean. How Mattel is firing on all cylinders with paint, articulation. They standardize their technology, double joint pinless, soft goods. Right? Can't have a size comparison without the classified Major Blood, my boy. Right? So those guys scale. And this is happening way too far and in between, man. Like, I know I'm talking shit, but it's happening way too much. Here's Riri, of course. Look at Hasbro product. We just looked at Mattel. This is the shit all the reviews I've done, there's been an issue damn near with Mcfarlane, right? This guy, when I did a review on him, the limbs were terribly loose. The knee was just wiggling. When I did Superwoman, the glue came on. It came unglued. When I did that Dr. Fate, that thing fell a fucking part. The big ass diaper on what is it? Cygor. I mean, this shit is terrible. Every time I get a fucking figure by Mcfarlane, man, it's some bullshit. Damn near. This shit right here, bro, this is unfucking called for. Fucking terrible. I do not recommend DC Multiverse, man, as a purchase. Save your money. Save your money. You might as well go ahead and wait for imports and spend a couple dollars to get some great looking figures, man. This is terrible. He's horrible. Horrible. Like, you would think these aren't even in the same. And I mean, and when he does, this is good, but there's still some shortcomings, right? But it's a lot better than this one. Way better than the DC Multiverse bullshit. Gunslinger Spawn. Dope. Looks good. Yeah, you got the same issues that plague Mcfarlane, though. That, you know, I'm tired of overlooking. Look at the elbow. Look at that shit. They don't give a fuck. They don't care to put out good quality product. They're not innovating. But that's enough for the rant. But yeah, man, this first time in Collector Closet reviews, man, I had to actually do a little bit of editing. Well, not even really editing. I had to step away and gather my thoughts because, man, like, Mcfarlane DC Multiverse line is fucking trash. Don't buy it. Don't waste your money. It looks good in plastic, but as soon as you get it, you're gonna have shit like this. That shouldn't even happen in today's toys, right? 0 out of 10. That's what I'm giving it. 0 out of 10. Anyway, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share. Let me know what you think about this one. And you guys know my saying. It's your boy Sean, and I'm out. 1.